I think it's normal that we all have people in our lives that we look up to and we want to imitate. I remember there was a time in my life when I looked up to the priests in their black robes and I thought, yes, they are the ones that espouse the ideas and ideals that I want to become in my life. Men dedicated to God who don't care about what other people think. That's what I want to be. And I did become that. And it didn't work out. But I think the point is still there. Parents, teachers, friends, mentors, these people in our lives who are on the same path as us, going to the same goal, although they're a little bit further ahead, and we can look at them because they were in our position at one point. So looking at their past, we have a connection with them, but looking at their present, we have a hope that we too can reach the same point. Sometimes these people that give inspiration and that we admire is not on just an individual level, but on a societal level. Who are the people that society gives to us as the models, as the popular, the famous ones that we should respect and emulate and want to become? It's interesting seeing the shift that has happened in society, that we are no longer all going towards a certain goal, wanting to become better versions of ourselves, but everything has twisted onto us to become some sort of marketing scheme. Before, there was a distance between us and those people that inspire us, that there's some sort of personal transition that we have to go to in order to be like them. Now, the key word is relatability. How that person is the same as us, has the same drama, has the same problems, has the same mental health issues as us. So instead of leading us upward to a better version of ourselves, they come down to our level in order to sell us something. It's actually quite genius. Who are these people? Politicians, actors, actresses, social media influencers. And what is the narrative that is proposed by having these types of people in the limelight? Is it that they are pillars of our society, men and women who are dedicated in their whole essence to their principles, that they will do or say even the things that are against the current because they are the right things, that they have overcome obstacles in their life in order to be better versions of themselves, and they celebrate those better versions and they give it to us as examples that we too can follow their lead and become similar types of people in our lives and fulfill a potential that we all have. And because of all of that we look up to them. Is that the narrative? No, not at all. It's all a game. It's all an illusion. It's a false sense of trust and confidence in these people, that they humble themselves down to our level. They will say anything to make themselves appear to be relatable, that we embrace them and we do whatever they want us to do.
We think whatever they want us to think.
They will manipulate us. They can sell us whatever product because we want to be like them. We want to wear the same makeup. We want to have the same clothes. They can buy our votes and they can instill in our brains any sort of ideology that they want. It's amazing that when we see someone who is objectively in a higher status than us humble themselves down to our levels, that we immediately give up our defenses and are swept off of our feet. Remember the Paris Hilton documentary that came out last year?
This is Paris.
Where she revealed that her whole life had been a marketing strategy.
Paris!
Just created this brand and this persona and this character, and I've been stuck with her ever since.
That she, although a millionaire and an heir to millions and millions of dollars from her family, acted like a dumb blonde.
I'm not a dumb blonde. I'm just really good at pretending to be one.
In order to make us feel like we were smarter than her, to put her in a position that we felt like we could connect with her. It was like a joke that everyone was in on. And now,
This is Paris.
now, she comes out and says, I was this person, I did this my whole life, but now this is the authentic me.
Then I just said, you know what, this is real, this is who I am, and I might as well show the world that than the person that I invented who really isn't me.
Now I am telling you my truth and revealing all the trauma that I was going through in my life.
I think activism and being an activist is the new influencer.
Even this documentary was another marketing strategy, because even though she was relevant at that time before, when she was fake Paris, now as authentic and real Paris who is suffering and a victim, she is even more relatable and we love her more. She's more relevant, she has more influence, she can sell us more things. She has tricked us again, and we fell for it. I do like Paris Hilton though. And of course also we found out that she was teaching the Kardashians how to act, which was very similar. Geniuses in marketing. And we can mention here all of the millionaire influencers on social media, the YouTube stars, the Instagram models, who I'm not sure what they actually do. Some of them have talents, but it seems a little disproportionate. But one thing that they all have in common is that in order to stay relevant, they have to remain in constant drama. They have to have problems with their friends, problems with their families, problems with their boyfriends, and bickering amongst each other. It's a constant and tiring reality because drama means problems, and we all have problems as people. So the more drama you have, the more drama you expose, the more us viewers look at your lives and think, wow, I can relate. And not only that, sometimes I can think my life is not as bad as these millionaire influencers. And don't get me started on how much they drain the life out of the idea of mental health issues. Yes, honey, you do have mental health issues. It's called narcissism. There is something really off when you think of the king who comes down from his castle to the streets where his people live, and he pretends to act like them and embrace them and say, I am one of you. My life is just as difficult as yours is. This was the sentiment that I had when I saw a trailer to the program that Oprah and Apple TV are coming out with, or came out with, called The Me You Can't See. Or in other words, you may think that I am filthy rich and that I live in luxury and constant pleasure, but let's pretend like that doesn't exist for a little second as I express to you some sort of traumatic event that happened in my life so that you can cry for me and feel sorry for me. I like my title better. Now, I don't want to sound cold and unsympathetic, especially towards these people, because at the end of the day, they go to the bathroom just like us. They eat just like us. They go to sleep. They're human. They have problems just like us. And we know that having bajillions of dollars does not ultimately make you happy. Look at all of the famous people who end up with drug problems or ending their lives. But one thing I will not do is to emulate someone who embodies this false humility, which barely hides their condescending narcissism, that at the end of the day, everything that they do is for them, for their gain. Think about how friendly politicians are right around the time of election. These people are not leading us to a higher state of existence. They are not people convicted to the types of principles that makes us better people. They will say or do anything that will keep them relevant and relatable. These are not the people to look up to and to try and imitate. It's a warning. It's funny that at this moment, my religious past comes up, and I think of the metaphor of the wolves in sheep's clothing. Just like we can tell a lot about somebody that we don't know by the company that they keep, by the friends that they have, so too we can tell a lot about the direction of someone, about their ideals, by who they follow and who they allow to influence them. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me today, and I appreciate your time immensely. If you thought that it was a good video, then please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about it. Maybe it would be an interesting conversation starter. And if you are able to monetarily help out the project, because it's all funded by me for the present moment, and you guys who help with the donations, I have a page on Ko-fi, which is like Patreon, where you can go and leave a small donation, whatever amount donation that you want. It says buy a coffee, so it's the price of a coffee, and I have special content on there, but the main purpose is just to show that you appreciate what I'm doing and you want me to continue. And on there you can send me messages on video ideas or content suggestions. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.